The Galactic Assembly's Grand Chamber fell silent as diplomat Chizara of the Drachnid Empire rose to address the gathering. Her crystalline exoskeleton caught the light from the distant stars visible through the chamber's transparent dome, creating prismatic patterns across the assembled delegates. The species known as humans, she began, mandibles clicking with barely concealed disdain, represents a curious anomaly in our unified galaxy. They achieved faster-than-light travel mere decades ago, yet they already petition for full membership in our assembly. Their audacity is remarkable. Murmurs of agreement ripple through the chamber. The various species, some gaseous, others silicon-based, and many beyond human comprehension, had all followed the prescribed path to galactic citizenship: centuries of observation, careful integration, and measured technological advancement under the guidance of more established races. But humans had done none of this. They had burst onto the interstellar scene with their primitive antimatter drives and their chaotic independent colonies, refusing the traditional mentorship period that had maintained galactic stability for millennia. High Counselor Vex, his tentacles rippling with diplomatic neutrality, raised an appendage. The humans have met all technical requirements for membership, their quantum computation capabilities alone. Their technical achievements are not in question. Chizara interrupted, her crystalline form vibrating with frequencies that expressed irritation to those capable of perceiving them. It is their unpredictability that concerns the Empire. They lack the cultural refinement that centuries of guidance provide. They are, in essence, savages with starships. In the human observation gallery, Ambassador Sarah Chen maintained her practiced diplomatic smile, though her knuckles whitened as she gripped the railings. After 15 years representing Earth in these chambers, she had grown accustomed to the thinly veiled xenophobia. But something in Chizara's tone today felt different, more pointed, more purposeful. The Drachnid Empire had opposed Earth's membership petition from the start, but their resistance had recently taken on a more aggressive character. Intelligence reports suggested unusual movement among their fleet, but the Assembly's peacekeeping protocols should have prevented any direct action. Should have. The first warning came not from the Assembly's sophisticated defense network, but from a small research station on the outskirts of the Sol system. A single burst transmission, cut off mid-sequence. Massive quantum distortions detected. Drachnid signatures. They're not supposed to. Sarah felt the vibration in her neural implant before the Assembly's warning systems activated. Her enhanced synapses processed the incoming data faster than her organic brain could have. A Drachnid battle fleet had just emerged from quantum space near Earth's orbit. The feed showed ships, hundreds of them, their crystalline hulls refracting sunlight like artificial stars. This is an outrage. High Counselor Vex's translation matrix struggled to convey his mixture of shock and fury. The Empire cannot simply. The Empire, Chizara announced, her crystalline form now pulsing with triumphant frequencies, is taking preventative action to protect galactic stability. The humans have been secretly developing weapons that violate multiple assembly protocols. We have evidence. This is a lie. Sarah's voice cut through the chamber, the diplomatic smile replaced by cold fury. Earth has adhered to every requirement, submitted to every inspection. We demand immediate assembly intervention. But she could already see in the reactions of the gathered delegates, the subtle shifts in posture, the diplomatic frequencies being exchanged. That help would not come. The Assembly, bound by millennia of procedure and protocol, would debate and discuss while Earth burned. As the chamber erupted into chaos, Sarah's neural implant processed another burst of data. The Drachnid fleet had opened fire on Earth's orbital defense stations. Their quantum-tipped weapons were designed to bypass conventional shields, and Earth's defensive capabilities had been deliberately underestimated by the Assembly's assessment teams. What the Drachnids didn't know, what Sarah had been instructed never to reveal, was that this had been by design. For the past decade, while making public shows of technological compliance, Earth had been preparing for exactly this scenario. The dismissed primitive antimatter drives had masked the development of something far more sophisticated. The chaotic independent colonies had served as cover for military installations, and the much-discussed quantum computation capabilities were only the surface of humanity's true technological achievements. As reports of the attack flooded the Assembly's information networks, Sarah allowed herself a grim smile. The Drachnids had made a crucial mistake. They had assumed humanity's rapid advancement meant they hadn't learned from history. But if there was one thing humans understood well, it was the necessity of maintaining a hidden advantage. Somewhere in the depths of Earth's quantum defense network, dormant systems began to awaken. Weapons that officially didn't exist powered up in secret bases throughout the solar system. And in secure bunkers beneath every major city, military commanders received the authorization they had hoped would never be necessary. The Drachnids had expected to find a primitive species playing with technology beyond their understanding. Instead, they were about to discover why humanity had survived countless wars, disasters, and near extinctions to reach the stars. They were about to learn that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology, but their experience with being underestimated. As the assembly chambers descended into diplomatic chaos, Sarah activated her secure quantum channel to Earth Command. The message she sent was brief. 3 words that would change the galaxy forever. Execute Protocol Prometheus. Deep beneath the Himalayas, General Maya Patel stood in Earth Command's quantum-shielded war room, watching as holographic displays tracked the Drachnid fleet's orbital bombardment. The crystalline ships rained destruction upon Earth's seemingly primitive defense systems, their commanders no doubt congratulating themselves on their swift victory. Status of Project Aegis, she asked, her voice steady despite the situation. Dr. James Morrison, head of Earth's Quantum Defense Initiative, pulled up a new holographic overlay. Ghost satellites are all in position, General. The Drachnids haven't detected any of them. They're too busy destroying our decoy platforms. The primitive defense stations being destroyed have been carefully crafted over the years, functional enough to pass assembly inspections, but deliberately designed to mask Earth's true capabilities. Each explosion in orbit served to convince the Drachnids of their superiority, while drawing them deeper into humanity's trap. 10 years, Maya mused, remembering the day Earth's leaders had first conceived of this strategy. 10 years of playing weak, of enduring their condescension, of building in secret while they thought we were struggling with basic antimatter containment. The reality was far different. While the Galactic Assembly watched Earth fumble with primitive technology, humanity's best minds had been reverse engineering captured Drachnid tech and combining it with Earth's unique innovations. The result was Project Aegis, a planetary defense system unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. In secret facilities across the globe, quantum foundries had worked tirelessly, manufacturing microscopic machines that could restructure matter at the subatomic level. These nanites, powered by zero-point energy taps that the Drachnids considered theoretically impossible, had been seeded throughout Earth's atmosphere, oceans, and orbital space. Beginning Phase 2, Dr. Morrison announced, his fingers dancing across holographic controls. Activating Quantum Entanglement Network. Throughout the solar system, hidden quantum cores hummed to life. The network of ghost satellites, invisible to conventional sensors thanks to their quantum phase shifting, began to power up. Each one contained a piece of humanity's response to the Drachnid threat. In her private quarters in the lunar colony, Sarah Chen received the encrypted quantum burst from Earth Command. While the Assembly still debated in their grand chamber, she reviewed humanity's true military capabilities for the first time. Her eyes widened as she understood the full scope of what Earth had achieved in secret. The nanites weren't just defensive tools, they were the foundation of a new type of warfare. When activated, they could transform any matter they touched into programmable quantum material. Earth's entire biosphere had become one vast weapon, capable of adapting and responding to any threat. Drachnid fleet is moving into final attack position, a tactical officer reported. They're preparing to launch ground forces. Maya nodded, her expression grim but determined. They still think this is a simple conquest. That were just another primitive species to add to their empire. She turned to Dr. Morrison. "Show me the Lazarus Protocol." New holograms sprang to life, displaying the fruits of humanity's most ambitious military project. While the Drachnids had focused on enormous ships and powerful energy weapons, humanity had gone smaller, much smaller. The Lazarus Protocol was a quantum viral system that could infect and reprogram matter at its most fundamental level. The nanites have achieved critical saturation in all target zones, Dr. Morrison confirmed. Quantum entanglement network is stable. We can activate the protocol at any time. In orbit, the Drachnid fleet began launching dropships toward Earth's surface. Their crystalline hulls gleamed with confidence, their commanders certain that their superior technology would ensure a swift victory. They had no way of knowing that every cubic meter of Earth's atmosphere they passed through was now seeded with programmed quantum machines, waiting for the signal to activate. "What's the status of our ground forces?" Maya asked, though she already knew the answer. For years, Earth's military had maintained a facade of conventional forces, tanks, aircraft, and infantry, while secretly training for a very different kind of warfare. "All quantum combat units are in position," her tactical officer replied. "The Infinity suits are powered up and ready. Every soldier is linked to the quantum network." These weren't the crude mechanical battlesuits the assembly knew about. The Infinity suits were quantum-integrated combat systems that blurred the line between organic and artificial. They could adapt to any weapon, repair any damage, and execute combat maneuvers that defied conventional physics. Maya took a deep breath, thinking of all the years of preparation, all the careful deception, all leading to this moment. The Drachnids thought they were launching a simple conquest. Instead, they were about to face the full force of humanity's true technological might. "Send the authorization code," she ordered. "Execute the Lazarus Protocol. Let's show them what humanity can really do." Throughout Earth's atmosphere, quintillions of nanites received the quantum signal. In the hidden facilities across the planet, advanced weapon systems emerged from their quantum-shielded bunkers. And in orbit, the ghost satellites prepared to reveal themselves in a display of technological might that would reshape the galaxy's understanding of humanity forever. The silent preparation was over. The time for humanity's true power to be revealed had come. The first Drachnid dropships never saw what hit them. As they descended through Earth's atmosphere, the quantum nanites activated, transforming the very air into a weapon. Crystalline hulls that had withstood the force of supernovas began to dissolve, their atomic bonds rewritten by humanity's microscopic machines. In Earth Command, General Maya Patel watched with grim satisfaction as the enemy's vaunted invasion force literally dissolved before reaching the ground. Status of the Lazarus Protocol. Quantum viral spread at 87% and climbing. Dr. Morrison reported, his fingers dancing across holographic displays. The nanites are adapting faster than projected. They're learning from each encounter with Drachnid technology. Above, the main Drachnid fleet reeled in confusion. Their sensors, designed to detect conventional energy weapons and shield frequencies, were blind to the quantum plague consuming their forces. Emergency transmissions filled the command channels as ship after ship reported critical systems failure. "Ghost satellite network is fully operational," a tactical officer announced. "Ready to begin Phase 2. Maya nodded. "Execute Operation Thunderstrike." Across Earth's orbit, hundreds of quantum-cloaked satellites shimmered into existence. Each one was a marvel of human engineering. Not the crude weapons platforms the assembly knew about, but sophisticated quantum manipulation devices. They began to pulse with energy that defied conventional physics. Aboard the Drachnid flagship, High Commander Vexthor watched in horror as his fleet's crystalline ships began to change. The quantum viral infection spread through their hulls, transforming their carefully grown crystal matrices into something new. Something human. Impossible. He broadcast on all frequencies. Their technology is primitive. They cannot. His transmission cut off as his flagship's communication array reorganized itself at the quantum level. The proud vessel, once a testament to Drachnid's superiority, was now becoming a hybrid of crystalline and human technology. Sarah Chen, watching from her secure position on Luna, allowed herself a small smile. "Send the message to the assembly," she instructed her staff. "Show them everything." In the assembly's grand chamber, the gathered representatives watched in stunned silence as footage of the battle played out. The humans they had dismissed as technological infants were wielding power that bordered on the mythical, the ability to rewrite matter itself. On Earth's surface, the Infinity suits went into action. Soldiers wrapped in quantum-integrated armor moved with impossible grace, their suits adapting and evolving to counter every Drachnid weapon they encountered. When crystalline energy beams struck them, the suits absorbed and redirected the energy. When Drachnid ground forces launched physical attacks, the suits shifted phase, allowing the blows to pass harmlessly through. "The enemy is attempting to quantum jump out of the system," reported Maya's tactical officer. "Their remaining ships are charging their drives." "Activate the quantum entanglement net," Maya ordered. The ghost satellites pulsed again, creating a web of quantum-locked space around Earth. The Drachnid ships' attempts to flee were met with a fundamental reality. Space itself had been altered within the combat zone. Their quantum drives, trying to bend space-time, instead found themselves trapped in a region where human physics took precedence. In orbit, the transformed Drachnid ships, now more human than alien, began to power down. The quantum viral infection had completed its work, converting enemy vessels into assets under Earth's control. The proud Drachnid fleet, which had arrived to conquer a primitive world, had instead become part of humanity's defense force. "Incoming transmission from High Commander Vex Thor," announced the communications officer. "They're surrendering." The message was brief, transmitted through systems that now bore the unmistakable signature of human quantum technology. "We yield to your superior capabilities. The Drachnid Empire acknowledges its error in judgment and seeks terms." Maya turned to Dr. Morrison. "Casualty report." "Minimal," he replied, still monitoring the quantum network. "The nanite shield caught most of their initial bombardment. Our ground forces report no deaths, though we have some injuries from the early stages of the battle." In the assembly chamber, the representatives of 1,000 worlds watched in silence as humanity demonstrated mastery over forces they had fought centuries beyond Earth's grasp. The quantum viral transformation of an entire enemy fleet, the manipulation of space-time itself, the integration of organic and artificial systems, these were not the actions of a primitive species. Sarah Chen stood before the assembly, her diplomatic smile replaced with an expression of stern authority. "Earth does not seek revenge," she announced. "We seek understanding. The Drachnid fleet will be returned, transformed but functional, once we have guarantees that such aggression will never be attempted again." The chamber erupted in a chaos of questions and demands for explanation. How had humans achieved such advances in secret? What other capabilities were they hiding? What did this mean for the balance of power in the galaxy? But Sarah simply stood there, letting them talk. Operation Thunderstrike had achieved its true objective, not just defeating an enemy, but announcing humanity's arrival as a power that could no longer be dismissed or underestimated. In Earth Command, Maya watched the assembly feed and allowed herself a moment of pride. "Send the stand-down order," she commanded, "and begin preparation for Phase 3. Because this was just the beginning. Humanity had more secrets to reveal, more innovations to unveil. The galaxy was about to learn that underestimating Earth had been the greatest mistake they could have made. The Galactic Assembly's emergency session entered its third day as representatives from across known space grappled with the implications of humanity's victory. The Grand Chamber, normally a model of diplomatic order, had devolved into clusters of worried delegates trading theories and accusations. High Counselor Vex's tentacles writhed with agitation as he addressed the chamber. "The humans have fundamentally altered the balance of power in our galaxy. Their quantum viral technology alone represents a shift in warfare that we cannot ignore." In her elevated position, Sarah Chen listened calmly, noting how the other species now gave the human delegation a wide berth. Fear, respect, uncertainty, all painted across alien features in 1,000 different ways. The dramatic transformation of the Drachnid fleet had sent shockwaves through galactic society. The Drachnid Empire's defeat was merely a demonstration, she finally stated, her voice cutting through the chaos. Earth could have completely destroyed their fleet. Instead, we chose transformation over destruction. Consider what that says about humanity's intentions. On the edges of the Sol system, the transformed Drachnid ships hung in formation, their once crystalline hulls now a hybrid of technologies that scientists from across the galaxy were desperate to study. Each vessel served as a testament to humanity's true capabilities, and a warning to any who might consider following the Drachnid's example. At Earth Command, General Maya Patel reviewed reports from across the galaxy. Species that had once dismissed humanity were now scrambling to establish diplomatic relations. Trade agreements, technology exchange proposals, and military alliance offers flooded in from every sector of space. They're afraid, Dr. Morrison observed, studying the diplomatic feeds, not just of our technology, but of what else we might be hiding. Maya nodded. Fear isn't what we wanted, but it's better than the contempt they showed before. How are the Infinity Suit deployments proceeding? The peacekeeping forces are in position throughout the sector. The suit's quantum integration capabilities have exceeded expectations. They're adapting to each environment and situation automatically. Earth's response to the crisis had transformed more than just the military landscape. Economic systems across the galaxy were shifting as species reassessed their relationships with humanity. The revelation that Earth had achieved such advances while appearing technologically backward had shattered assumptions about developmental hierarchies. In the Drachnid Empire's capital, a different kind of transformation was taking place. The defeat had triggered a political revolution, with younger, more progressive crystalline beings rising to power. They spoke of cooperation rather than conquest, of learning from humanity rather than dismissing them. The Assembly's Scientific Council has submitted a formal request, Sarah's aide reported during a brief recess. They want to establish a joint research initiative to study the quantum viral technology. Sarah's response was diplomatic but firm. Remind them that Earth's technological achievements are not up for negotiation. We will share advancements that benefit all species, but our defensive capabilities remain our own. The message was clear. Humanity would not be relegated to the role of a junior partner in galactic affairs. Earth had earned its place among the stars through innovation and determination, not through the prescribed paths of development that had held back progress for millennia. Back on Earth, crowds gathered in cities worldwide to celebrate their victory, but military leaders like Maya knew the real challenges were just beginning. Humanity's demonstration of power had disrupted a galactic order that had stood for thousands of years. Change was inevitable, but managing that change would require all of humanity's diplomatic skill. We're detecting unusual quantum signatures from several major powers, a sensor operator reported. They appear to be attempting to replicate our technology. Maya shared a knowing look with Dr. Morrison. Let them try. Earth's quantum viral technology was the result of uniquely human innovations. Attempts to copy it without understanding the underlying principles would prove futile at best, dangerous at worst. In the assembly chamber, debate raged about new protocols for technological development and sharing. Species that had once hoarded their advances now argued for more open exchange, while others advocated for stricter controls. Through it all, the human delegation maintained its composed presence, neither encouraging nor dismissing the galaxy's attempts to adapt to the new reality. The Drachnid representatives request an audience, an assembly aide announced. The chamber fell silent as the crystalline beings entered, their forms still bearing subtle traces of the quantum transformation their fleet had undergone. Their new leader, Superior Coordinator Ixtal, addressed the chamber with humility that would have been unthinkable weeks earlier. The Drachnid Empire acknowledges its grave error in judgment. We seek not just peace with Earth, but the opportunity to learn from a species we wrongly dismissed as primitive. Sarah's response was measured, designed to shape the galaxy's understanding of humanity's position. Earth accepts your apology and welcomes the opportunity for peaceful exchange. Let this mark the beginning of a new era, one where advancement is judged not by age or tradition, but by innovation and wisdom. As the assembly session continued, messages flew across the galaxy at quantum speeds. Species reassessed their military capabilities, diplomatic positions shifted, and the foundations were laid for a new galactic order, one where humanity could no longer be ignored or underestimated. The ripples of Earth's victory would continue to spread, reshaping alliances, economies, and societies across known space. But in the secure chambers of Earth Command, Maya and her team were already looking ahead, preparing for the challenges and opportunities that this new era would bring. Because they knew that this was just the beginning. Humanity had revealed some of its capabilities, but there were still secrets to keep, innovations to perfect, and a galaxy of possibilities to explore. 1 year after the Drachnid defeat, Earth hosted the first Galactic Innovation Summit. The crystal spires of New Geneva stretched skyward, their quantum-enhanced structures adapting continuously to optimize comfort for delegates from 1,000 worlds. It was a subtle demonstration of how human technology had evolved since their victory. Sarah Chen, now serving as Earth's Secretary of Galactic Affairs, stood at the summit's opening ceremony. Below her, representatives from across known space mingled, crystalline drachnids engaged in earnest discussion with gaseous Phorithy, while silicon-based lithoids shared insights with carbon-based species. In one standard year, she began, we have seen more technological and social advancement than in the previous century, not because of humanity's victory, but because we chose to use that victory to break down barriers of prejudice and tradition. The evidence was everywhere. The quantum viral technology that had transformed the Drachnid fleet had sparked a revolution in thinking about the nature of matter and energy. Earth's willingness to share certain advances, while maintaining key military secrets, had fostered an unprecedented era of cooperation. In orbit, General Maya Patel observed the proceedings from Earth Command's new headquarters, a station that phased between dimensions, visible only to those with authorized quantum signatures. Status report on the peacekeeping initiative. The joint patrols are exceeding expectations, her aide reported. The Infinity suits have been successfully adapted for use by 17 different species. The quantum integration protocols are maintaining stability across all sectors. Earth had emerged not as a conqueror, but as a guarantor of peace. The transformed Drachnid ships, now crewed by mixed species teams, patrolled trouble spots across the galaxy. Their very presence served as a reminder of the consequences of aggression and the benefits of cooperation. Dr. Morrison, leading a panel on quantum physics, watched with satisfaction as scientists from ancient species set aside their pride to learn from human insights. The key was thinking beyond traditional boundaries, he explained. Your civilizations mastered the manipulation of matter and energy. We humans asked why those categories needed to be separate at all. In the Drachnid Empire, the changes were most dramatic. Their once rigid society had embraced reform, with younger generations leading a renaissance in art, science, and philosophy. The quantum viral transformation of their fleet had sparked a cultural transformation as well. The Assembly's Provisional Council has approved the new charter, Sarah's aide reported during a break in the summit. The age-based hierarchy is being replaced with a merit-based system. Earth's seat on the High Council is confirmed. It was a fundamental shift in galactic governance. Species would no longer be judged by their age or traditional influence, but by their contributions and innovations. The change had met resistance from some of the older races, but Earth's demonstration of power had made the old system untenable. We're detecting quantum signature variations in Sector 7, a sensor operator announced to Maya. Unknown origin, possible new technology. Maya smiled. Let them experiment. Earth's defenses were now light years beyond what they had revealed during the Drachnid conflict. The quantum viral technology had been just the beginning. Humanity's scientists and engineers continued to push boundaries that other species hadn't known existed. Back at the summit, Sarah engaged with delegates about the future. Earth doesn't seek to dominate, she assured them. We seek to elevate. Every species has unique insights to offer. Our victory showed what happens when artificial barriers are broken down. The Galactic Market Index had reached historic highs as trade barriers fell and new technologies spread. Species that had once hoarded knowledge now found greater profit in sharing and collaboration. Earth's quantum manufacturing techniques had made scarcity obsolete in many sectors, forcing economic systems to evolve. The Educational Exchange Program has processed its millionth application, an administrative AI reported. Young beings from across the galaxy now competed for spots in Earth's universities, eager to learn not just human technology, but human ways of thinking. In secure facilities across Earth and its colonies, research continued. The quantum viral technology had been just the first step. Human scientists, now freed from the need to hide their advances, were exploring concepts that would reshape understanding of reality itself. As the summit's first day drew to a close, Sarah stood with Maya and Dr. Morrison, watching the sunset paint the quantum crystal buildings in impossible colors. "Did we achieve what we hoped?" Sarah asked. Maya nodded. "We showed them that humanity couldn't be dismissed or controlled. But more importantly, we showed them a better way forward. The galaxy needed a shake-up," Dr. Morrison added. "Sometimes progress requires a demonstration of what's possible when you think beyond traditional limitations." Above them, ships of 1,000 designs moved through Earth's secured space, their quantum signatures a testament to the new era of cooperation. The galaxy had learned its lesson about underestimating humanity. But more importantly, humanity had shown them that true strength lies not in domination, but in the wisdom to use power to elevate all species. As night fell over New Geneva, the quantum crystal buildings pulsed with soft light, their structures adapting to the evening activities. In laboratories, classrooms, and diplomatic chambers across Earth, humans continued to innovate, to teach, and to learn. The new galactic order was established not through force alone, but through humanity's unique combination of innovation, determination, and wisdom. They had not just survived their trial by fire. They had used it to forge a better future for all species. And somewhere in the vast expanse of space, other young species were emerging, looking up at the stars and dreaming. When they finally reached for the heavens, they would find not the dismissive hierarchy that humanity had faced, but a galaxy transformed by human ingenuity and vision. The age of limitation was over. The age of possibility had begun.